What's going on, everybody, and welcome back. Blake from the Battlefront Bros here with a new style of video. We posted a short clip on TikTok of an advanced move, and we got a lot of positive feedback and questions about it, so we figured we'd make a full-length video on some of the most advanced dueling moves in Battlefront 2. A lot of people really do not want us to make this video, as we're about to reveal some of the most well-kept secrets and some of the most advanced dueling moves in the game. With these moves, you will take your 1v1s from mediocre level to becoming god tier once you master all of these. We got a lot of pushback from the community's more advanced members saying they do not want us sharing these tips. However, we love all you guys and want you to be as good at the game as possible, so watch this video closely and you will learn a lot. Even if you already consider yourself to be a decent player, or you already are a good player, you could still learn a lot from this video. Be sure to watch to the end, as the last move I'm going to share is the most advanced, yet most insane and helpful move to the state. Make sure to like the video if you want to see more content like this as well, and thank you all so much for the support. Diving right into it, the first and easiest move to learn will be something that many of you have at least heard of, or maybe even mastered. This move is called the parry. This is a must-know for any hero-to-hero combat encounter, and many of you have probably had this move used against you during a duel. A lot of times you'll end up very confused as to how you are receiving damage as you swing at your opponent while they remained unscathed. This can be extremely frustrating, which is why I'm here to tell you about it. The most important aspect in each of these moves is timing. If you do not get the timing right, then learning the move in the first place is going to do you no good. The basic concept of parrying is to hold down block while your opponent is striking at you, and as they swing, you do an unblockable counter attack. You want to be holding the left trigger or your block button down. As soon as you see their strike coming towards you, hit your right trigger or strike button, and if you get the timing right, you should block your opponent's attack, and then return a strike to them. This is very useful against opponents who like to spam attacks against you. I'm going to slow it down here so you can see the exact timing of when you should be striking back. You should be pressing your right trigger as soon as you see the swing coming towards you, and before you hear the clash of the two lightsabers hitting each other. Make sure to be careful though, as parrying uses twice as much stamina as a regular attack. Make sure to watch and manage your stamina accordingly when using the parry. This is the coolest move that Battlefront 2 put into the game, as it makes saber combat a lot more interesting and complicated. Also, to anyone that says this is a glitch or a cheat trick, the AI and co-op actually know how to do it and have code written into them to perform this very move. Try and get a buddy to practice this or hop into a game of HVV and test your new skill out. A huge side note to this move, not only can you parry lightsaber attacks, but you can actually parry almost every single force ability and even some moves including Grievous's Claw Rush, Luke, Maul and Yoda's dashes, and many others. Test this out on slower moves that have long animations first, such as Maul's Choke Throw and Anakin's Heroic Might. Block these force abilities first, then right as the animation completes, make sure you get a swing in. If you have timed it just right, you will block the force ability and then get a strike on your opponent's right after. On Maul's Choke Throw, you can actually get 2 strikes in before his animation is finished. Moving on, this next move is actually an extension of the first move. Now that you have mastered, or are going to soon, the art of parrying, you can actually start parrying someone's parry. Meaning, if someone uses this unblockable strike on you, you can use it right back on them. The principle of this move is exactly the same, as you're going to want to hold down your block button and press your attack button as they swing towards you, and before you hear the clash of your two lightsabers. This one is a lot trickier to master than the simple parry, as you have to first learn the parry, but once you have accomplished learning this, you will be unstoppable. The next move I'm going to show you is not something that has a name in Battlefront 2 yet, but Thatcher and I fondly refer to it as the double dodge. This move is best utilized when you are playing against a very defensive player, and you are trying to either get behind their dodge or just shake them up a bit. A lot of people are unaware of this, but if you quickly double tap your dodge button, you'll do a fast dash backwards to get you out of trouble. For this move, you start by facing one another, most likely holding down your block button. You're going to need both of your dodges for this, so make sure you have them both saved up. While facing each other, dodge behind your opponent, still facing forward, and then quickly double tap your dodge button to dash backwards. If done correctly, your opponent should have turned around to face you while you immediately dodge behind them, and you have a clear shot at the back. This can be a really good combo with a lot of force abilities as well, as you will hopefully have a clean shot at their back while they face the direction they thought you were going to be. Not only this, but lightsaber damage from the back is increased for every hero. Once you master the basics of this move, you can try and bait them with a swing on your back so you can guarantee they are facing where you want them once you execute the double dodge. To do this, dodge forward and wait just half a second, giving your opponent enough time to try and swing at you. During the last second before you are hit, execute the double dodge, tapping the dodge button twice and you will appear behind your opponent as they exit their swing. This gives you a more clear shot for either a strike to the back or an open opportunity to use a force ability. This move pairs best with a super defensive Obi-Wan or really anyone who hides behind their block too much. The last move I'm going to teach you today is actually a two-part move set with a first advanced part to it and then an even more advanced part to the second part, so make sure you pay attention. The first level of this move is called the jump strike. The jump strike can be very useful in situations where someone is being defensive or you need to shake things up during a duel, and you have to put some pressure on your opponent. The basic principle of the move is exactly as the name would suggest. First you jump, then strike. Breaking that down for you though, you're going to want to start approximately 20 to 30 feet away from your opponent to allow yourself a good runway. Start sprinting at your opponent for about 2 seconds before doing a half jump directly over your opponent's head. As you begin to sail over their heads, make sure to look down and hit your right trigger at the peak of your small jump. If you have done this correctly, you should do a nice jump strike on your opponent and end up behind them, causing further disorientation. For an amazing finish, feel free to do the double dodge as you land, causing your opponent to turn around to follow up your jump strike, only for you to immediately dodge back to them and get another strike to them. This move may seem simple, but it is a hard bit to master, so give it some time to learn and try to get a friend or two to let you practice on them. Moving on to the second part, or more advanced version of the jump strike, we arrive at the hook slash. The hook slash is the same basic movement principles as you jump strike, except for one major difference: a 180 while at the time of the peak of your jump. To execute the hook slash, you'll need to also get about a 2-second running head start before doing the same half jump as before. Make sure with this jump that you are getting the correct height, as jumping too high or too low over your opponent will cause this strike to miss. So make sure to land that jump perfectly and time it correctly. You want your feet to almost graze the top of your opponent's head as you sail over them. Right before you make it fully over your opponent's head, you want to do a full 180 in the air and turn around so that as if you sail over their head, you are now facing the same way as them while they have your back turned to you. As soon as you are slightly behind them and you have finished your 180-degree rotation, hit your right trigger, as you should get a swing on their back as you fall to the ground. Again, this move is extremely complicated and will take many tries to get used to, so do not get discouraged if you don't get it on the first few tries. This will take time to learn. Try and get a friend to let you practice this move, as it is a lot easier to learn on someone standing still and not trying to fight back. A big side note, unlike the jump strike, at certain times, the hook slash will always go through someone's block as you are going up and around your opponent, so do not even worry if your opponent is blocking. If done correctly, you will go over your opponent's block and end up behind them, getting extra damage for your strike to their back. Alright guys, that's going to do it for today's video. If you watched and listened to this video carefully, you should know how to parry, parry-a-parry, double dodge, jump strike, and even hook slash. Learning all of these different moves, combining them in numerous ways, and experimenting on your own will make you an unstoppable Battlefront 2 player. These moves are not easy and will take time to practice and master, so keep at it and do not give up. If you persevere and keep practicing these moves, you'll become a Battlefront 2 god. If you guys have any questions or want us to continue this series and even add a few moves to the list that we haven't mentioned because they're so secret to the game, please make sure to leave a like and comment down below what you would like to see more of. Again, thank you so much for watching this video and supporting us. Thatcher and I could not be more stoked on how well the Battlefront Bros is doing. We just hit 270K on TikTok with no signs of slowing down. And hopefully we're going to get this going on YouTube as well. So let us know your ideas. Comment if you want to play with us. We're always running games with people in the Discord. And if you want to see more, let us know. And we'll try to make everything you guys want come true. Thank you so much for tuning in. And we'll see you in the next one.